Hi, this is Bill Watkins. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to kind of end up our study on Job with just the last paragraph in Job, beginning in chapter 42, verse 10. Job's been through all that he's been through, and the Lord restored the fortunes of Job when he had prayed for his friends, and the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Then came to him all his brothers and sisters and all who had known him before. By the way, the people who didn't come when he was in suffering. Have you ever noticed that sometimes when you're going through the most difficult days, the people that you've supported and helped and prayed for may not be there for you? Sometimes they're not. But they came now, and they ate bread with him in his house, and they showed him sympathy and comforted him for all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. And each of them gave him a piece of money and a ring of gold. And Job blessed the latter days, or God blessed the latter days of Job more than his beginning. And notice that he had more sheep, twice as many. He had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, 1,000 female donkeys. That's twice as many as he had before. And then verse 13 says he also had 7 sons and 3 daughters, which, by the way, is how many he had before. You know why that is? Because no child can take the place of another child. No human being can take the place of another human being. And 20 children might not be a blessing. So he got 10, 7 and 3, and that's the way that it worked. And he called the name of the first daughter Jemimah, and the name of the second Keziah, and the name of the third Keren-Happuch. And in all the land there were no women so beautiful as Job's daughters, and their father gave them an inheritance among their brothers. And after this, Job lived 140 years and saw his sons and his sons' sons to 4 generations. And Job died an old man and full of days. In the end, in this life, God blessed him. For some, it might not come in this life. It might come in the next, where God says that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared to what he's going to give us in that day. But I find this interesting. All of this is over, and God is restoring all the things to Job and more that he had lost. But his family showed him sympathy, verse 11, and comforted him. What does that mean? Once you've gone through terrible, terrible suffering, you may never be exactly the same person you were before. Your perspective changes. And Job, even though God is now blessing him, still grieving. You grieve the loss of your children. Maybe he grieves the loss of a relationship with his wife. I don't know how that worked out in all of that. But I will tell you that when you come through the most difficult days of your life, some of that innocent joy that you had at one point might never be exactly the same again. It's tempered by the harsh reality of life on this planet. And it might be a deeper and better and greater joy, but there's still some sadness and sorrow in it. That sadness and sorrow is a part of the warp and woof of the tapestry that God has been weaving ever since the world began. And you and I will have our days of sunshine and joy. But just know this, that there will be days of suffering and sorrow that will come. So celebrate your days of great joy. And the days of your great sorrow and suffering, just remember, sorrow and suffering will never have the last word. There is hope beyond today for everyone, everyone. If the doctor has told you that the disease is terminal, that will not be the last word. God will be. Hold on to him and never let go. God still loves you, even when you don't feel it, even when you can't see it. By faith, trust it. He's the God who said, I will never leave you, nor in any wise forsake you. So we can boldly say, the Lord is my helper. Even today, even in the darkest day of your life, he's still there. Jesus said, my God, why have you forsaken me? And yet a few minutes later, he said, Father, into your hands I commend my spirit. Jesus was telling God, I can't feel you and I can't see you. But in the end, he said, I still know you're there. Catch me. I'm jumping into your arms. Don't be afraid to jump into the arms of God today. Thanks for watching.